Welcome, welcome. My goodness, we are back for another Ripple Maker Spotlight. Isn't it amazing that our first two spotlights are both tuning in live from the States? They're like the early o'clock ones. They're kicking us off. They're showing us how to do it. And today I am delighted to bring you the amazing Gail Dixon, the Masterful Messenger. She is growing an amazing movement that I cannot wait to share more with you about. So let's dig in. Gail, welcome. Welcome to One Drop.
Good morning. Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
Gail, I know that some people won't have seen your amazing interview at the last Ripple Fest. You literally were on stage at the last Ripple Fest. So for those that didn't get a chance to see you yet, please tell us a little bit about you, what you do, and why you do it.
Sure. I'm Gail Dixon, the Heart's Voice and the message mentor for people who have a mission, a movement, and a voice that can change the world. And what I do is really two things: advocate for and promote the use of the heart's voice as the way we speak and communicate in the world, and then work with folks who have that message and that calling in their hearts to be able to name, frame, and claim that message so that it ignites the impact that they want to make.
Absolutely gorgeous. And Gail, you came not just out of the sky with this whole messaging guru piece. I mean, you are so amazing with that. You support all of our Ripple Makers members. If you're part of the mastermind, Gail is one of your mentors on the Ripple Makers mastermind. Gail, what created that experience for you? Why is the heart's voice so important and not just marketing to anything and anyone?
Well, first of all, my connection with words comes from my connection with my grandfather. He was my person in the world, and he taught me that words can do two things. Words can hurt and words can help, and that I should make sure my words help. And I spent a lot of my career working with people whose words were meant to help, doing training and technical assistance and grant writing and all of the kinds of things for folks who were doing service in the world. And I realized that much of that was coming from my head or from their hearts into the world. And on the day that I stood up to share someone else's message that I was meant to share, suddenly I had no breath and no voice and couldn't get a word out. I couldn't speak. Turns out that my diaphragm was paralyzed and I couldn't get the breath to speak. And I spent 2.5 years living at the end of an oxygen hose, sleeping, sitting straight up because I could not recline in a bed. And I really had to dig deep, ask myself and ask my source what it was that I needed to do. And I recognize that I have a divine gift about putting words together and about hearing deeply and listening with the heart to help others put their words together. And if I ever got the breath to speak, it was only going to speak from that heart place and to bring others and lead others to doing the same. Because Sammy, we live in a heartbroken world.
Yes,
and the only way we're going to heal that world is to speak from our hearts the truth that calls us.
Oh, Gail, I love everything. I love you. I just love you.
I love you too.
Screen right now. I just love you and love everything that you're about. We're so aligned in what we're doing. And because we've got such little time, Gail, what would be your one tip that you would give to everybody in this community about what they could do today that would make an even greater ripple of impact for their business?
One tip: find one kernel of truth in your heart to speak to the world. Put it in context for the people who are meant to believe and join you in that truth, and then speak it out loud. And here's the core. If you can't say it, they can't see it. And if they can't see it, it will never be it.
My gosh, you're like full of amazingness at this time of the morning for you. I mean, for us in the UK, it's like it's gone 11 a.m. For you, it's crazy o'clock. And you're full of this wisdom. My goodness, what are you going to be like as you get throughout the day? Gail, how can we support you? How can we help you? Just as we come up to the end of this interview, what can we do? Where can we send people? How can
right. Well, what you can do is make a commitment to be that kind of heart speaker, because the world needs you. It needs your kernel of truth. And you can do that by joining me in the Heart's Voice movement. We need a critical mass of people who are speaking this way and counteracting the voices of division and destruction and of hate and hurt. And we need the voices of love and connection. So Sammy, you've got the link to join us in the Facebook group, and we will be revving up this quarter and toward the end of the year. Claim your voice for good. Claim the truth in your heart. Speak from the heart. Because speaking from the heart is an act of courage, and listening with your heart is an act of love.
I want to carry this interview on, but we've run out of time. Gail, thank you so much for bringing your heart to One Drop Movement, for bringing your one drop, your ripple of impact to each of us, and helping us to make our ripple of impact. I am just so grateful for everything that you do for me, for our ripple makers, and everything you do to inspire us to keep that heart's voice moving forward. Guys and girls, reach out to Gail, go up to the members tab at the very top of this group. You'll find there's a list of every single member in this group. We're nearly at 700 members. Please invite more people to come in and be a part of this incredible One Drop movement. Remember, individually we're one drop, but together we're the ocean. Imagine what we can do if we multiply the ripple of impact by uniting instead of fighting and competing and comparing. Let's bring everyone together, and together we can make a real difference. So invite your peeps to come and join us. We'll be back tomorrow with another live interview. I cannot wait to see you there. Gail, I love you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And we'll look forward to continuing to follow your progress at One Drop.
Thanks so much. Glad to be here. Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow.